Welcome to another Natural Phonics Primer, a universal safety net for literacy lesson with Donald Potter. And I'm glad to be here, glad to be doing studying this with you. And we're going to be doing exercise 42. And this is going to be the long I. The long I, we'll put a make run on top of that to show that it's long. And it's long because it has this silent E there. And again, this little line right here represents any consonant. So our key word over here is we see the I and we see the E. Well, let me do that again. We have the V right there. And then we have the I and the E. So you have a pattern, and the E is silent and the I says its name. Some people say the E jumps over the consonant and makes the vowel say its name. And the name and the long sound are the same. So this is the name of the letter that you've learned all along, which is in the alphabet I. Let's look at the transformations here. This is really helpful. You take the word pin, which is short, and you just take it and you add an E to the end of it, right? We're going to take an E and put on the end of it there. So we have an E here now, and the E is silent and the I says its name. So pin becomes pine. And let's look at these quickly. Rip becomes ripe. Win becomes wine. Lick becomes like. Tim, time. Dim becomes dime with the silent E. Shin becomes shine. Spin becomes spine. I hope you're saying these with me. Kit becomes kite. Bit becomes bite. Fill becomes file. Rid becomes ride. Mill becomes mile. Sit becomes sight. And fin becomes fine. And I recommend going through and practicing these really fast. Pin, pine, rip, ripe, win, wine, lick, like, Tim, time, and so on. And when you get really good with these, then you can start working on the ones below, which are the ones that you're going to be, that you're going to be timed on for your minimum calibrated speed. Now, here we go. And again, I recommend practice writing these, practice taking dictation where your teacher or parent, friend, whoever says the word, then you repeat the word, write the word, and then repeat the word again. So this is a spelling approach to reading, which is why that it is so highly effective with all students, even those that had trouble perhaps with other methods or in the past. So here we go. And we're going to go rather quickly on these. There's a lot of them, and if I take a long time, it will make a long video. So let's keep it as short as we can. And you can go back and practice these. You can listen to me. Again, repeat them after me. Bike, ride a bike. Bite an apple. Bride, the bride just got married. Chime, a chime like a bell. Crime, the thief committed a crime. Dike, like keep out the water. Dine, we like to dine out. Drive a car. File your taxes. Fine job. Fire, there was a fire last night. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Glide, down a slide. Gripe, another word for complain. Hide, play hide and seek. Hire a really good teacher. Hive, a beehive makes honey. Kite, fly a kite. Life is wonderful. I like teaching phonics. Lime's good on fish. Line, a fishing line. Live, a live television show is one that's actually going on when you're watching it. That word can also be live, and we'll study that later. We have Mike, a name, notice the capital, Mike. Mile, ride 5 miles. Mine, it's mine, not yours. Pike, like a road, perhaps. Pile, a pile of books. Pipe, the water goes through the pipe. Pride, you can take a lot of pride in improving your reading with the Natural Phonics Primer. Prize, win a prize. Quite, be very careful, that's not quit, that's quite. You read quite well, very well. Ride in a car. Rhyme, no rhyme or reason. Rhyme is usually spelled with a Y, the word when you rhyme words, and a rhyme has to do with a spelling pattern. Anyway, ripe, a ripe apple is better than a unripe or green apple. Side, the side of the house. Site, like a website. And be careful here because there's another word, S-I-G-H-T, that's sight like your vision to be able to see. Don't confuse those. This is sight, like a website or a site where they're going to build a house. Size, what's the size of your shoe? Slide, go down the slide. Slide down the slide. Smile, I always like a good smile. Spike, I think it's spiked shoes, but it could be a nail. Spine, your backbone. Spite, don't spite somebody. Do something to get back at them. Spite. Stride, that's how you walk. What's your stride? Tall people have a longer stride. Strike, strike a match to light it. Stripe, paint stripes on the road. Swine, another word for a pig. Swipe, your credit card, when you pay for something, you swipe it. Tide, the tide comes in, the tide goes out according to the moon, doesn't it? The water. Tile, the floor has tile on it. Time, what time is it? Tire, that's a tire on your car. Vine, like a grapevine. While, you can read a magazine while you wait in the doctor's office. Whine, oh Mom, let me go to the show. Don't whine to get things from your parents. White, the page is white. Wide, the door is wide enough for a wheelchair. Wife, when a girl gets married, she becomes a wife. Wine, that can be a beverage or a drink. Wire, you run a wire to get electricity. Okay, best of luck. We did those a little bit fast. Read these over until you know them and you can spell every one of them and then start doing your timings for your minimum calibrated speed.